ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ब्रह्मानंदवल्ली फर्स्ट अनुवाक। ओम ब्रह्मविदा आप्नोति परम् तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेद निहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चिदेति we are seeing the second valli of Taittiriya Upanishad, that is Brahmanandavalli. This Brahmanandavalli, the first Anuvaka, begins with Brahmavidapnoti Param. Brahma, the word begins, therefore this Valli name is called Brahmanandavalli. In this first Anuvaka, there is a Rig mantra. It is a Sutra Bhuta mantra. First, the whole teaching is in a cryptic statement. Brahmavit apnoti param. The knower of Brahman, Brahmavit, apnoti attains param Brahman. Param means the supreme Brahman. The knower of Brahman attains Brahman. Tat esha abhiyuktana. That is said. Yajurveda Upanishad quoting the Rigveda mantra. That is a commentary upon the first statement. What do you mean by Brahmavid apnoti param? Means Rig mantra tells like this. What Rig mantra says? What is that Brahman? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. What do you mean by Brahman? Brahmavid, the knower of Brahman. What is that Brahman? Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. It is the nature of Brahman. Brahma Lakshana mantra. This is Brahma Swarupam. Swarupa Lakshanam is given here. Brahman has got two Lakshanams. One is Swarupa Lakshanam, original nature. Number two is Tatastha Lakshanam, indirect meaning. Tatastha Lakshanam. So here Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam is the Swarupa Lakshanam of Brahma. Whatever is Satyam, that is Brahman. Whatever is Jnanam, that is Brahman. Whatever is Anantam, that is Brahman. Apnoti is there in the first line. Brahmavid apnoti. What do you mean by attainment of Brahman? Apnoti means what? The knowing that Brahman who is inside your own heart. Yo Veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman. Yaha Veda, whoever knows, nihitam guhayam parame vyoman. Nihitam means hidden. Guhayam, in the cave of. Guhayam parame vyoman. Vyoman means space. There is a body. In that body there is a physical heart. In that physical heart there is a mind. In that mind there is a space. In that space that Atma, the consciousness, is available. Whoever knows. Parame Vyoman means Akasham. In the Akasham, Hridaya Akashatil. Hridayam enga irukku? Body kulla irukku. And the Hridayathukulla manasu irukku. And the manasukulla Akasham irukku. And the Akashathukulla Atma aham iti bhati. That Parame Vyoman. Yaha Veda. Yaha Veda. Yo Veda means what? Yaha Veda. Whoever knows. That Atma, which is available in whose heart? Not wife's heart, husband's heart. One's own heart. Whoever knows. What is the benefit? Phalam. This whole thing is Vyakhyana. Brahmavid apnoti param is Sutram. Sutra bhutam mantra. Then this is Vritti. Vritti means what? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is the Vritti. Just a brief commentary upon the Brahman. So the whole Vyakhyanam comes later upon this Vritti. Saha Ashnute, he attains benefit. If one recognizes that Atma in his own mind, where there is space in that heart which is in the body, whoever recognizes, what is the benefit? Saha Ashnute, he attains, he accomplishes what? Sarvan Kaman, all desires. All desires will be fulfilled. Sarvan Kaman. Saha, simultaneously. At a time, not one by one. When you are enjoying Rasagulla, you cannot enjoy Mysore Pak. When you enjoy Mysore Pak, you cannot enjoy music. When you enjoy music, you cannot enjoy dance. When you see taking care of your son, you cannot take care of your daughter. When you take care of your daughter, you cannot take care of your grandson. It's not like that. At a time, Saha. So this is the meaning. Brahmana vipaschiteti. Whoever recognizes this Brahman, he attains that Purnatvam, Ananda. Over Vedanta teaching. But how to understand this? So Upanishad is out of compassion, explains, elaborates further in next Anuvakas also. But to understand that, Upanishad gives some principles. Just like that, if you listen, you cannot understand. If you want to get the full benefit of that mantra, if you want to receive the exact meaning and assimilate the fact, you have to know certain principles, some rules. There is a method to understand this. If you understand that method, only you can understand this. What Upanishad says, every sentence, in every language, there are so many sentences. Every sentence has got two meanings. One is primary meaning, another is secondary meaning. Primary meaning is called mukhya arthaha. Primary meaning, direct meaning. Once you listen the sentence, immediately you get the meaning of that word. That is called direct meaning or mukhya arthaha. This mukhya arthaha, if it doesn't suit, that meaning doesn't suit, you have to go to secondary meaning. That is called lakshyarthaha. Mukhya-arthaha, if doesn't suit, you have to go to lakshyarthaha. In Vakya Vritti, we saw this Mukhya-arthaha, lakshyarthaha. For that, I am giving examples in the last class. After long gap. What is Mukhya-artha? What is lakshyartha? What are the examples we saw? First, we see the Mukhya-arthaha, primary meaning, and secondary meaning. For that Mukhya-artha, Lakshyartha, there are again three types. In Lakshyartha, Mukhya-artha means primary meaning. Suppose India is playing with Pakistan. India is playing the cricket with Pakistan. Immediately what do you understand? Indian cricket players are playing with Pakistan cricket players. How you understand? Na cricket players and cholaliye. I have not mentioned cricket players. I said only India is playing. But India primary meaning is what? Country. Country cannot play with the country. So what you did? You have gone to secondary meaning. Primary meaning doesn't fit. India country cannot play with the Pakistan country, primary meaning, direct meaning. It doesn't suit. What you did? No, primary meaning venda. Let me go to secondary meaning. What you did? These are all you don't know. This is Mukhya-artha, this is Lakshyartha, let me think over. Within fraction of seconds, you understand that Indian players are playing with Pakistan players. How intelligent you are. What PhD you have done to understand this? Apply the same thing in philosophy, Vedanta also. That's what Upanishad is asking us. Okay. Lakshyartha we went. Secondary meaning. Wherever, similarly another example. When we are reaching to Madras by train, Madras vandachu சொல்லுவோம் ட்ரெயின்ல உட்கார்ந்து இது பேசின் பிரிட்ஜ் பக்கத்துலயே. இன்னும் மெட்ராஸ் வரல. மெட்ராஸ் வந்தாச்சுன்னு மெட்ராஸ் வருமா? மெட்ராஸ் cannot move. சென்னை வந்தாச்சுன்னு எப்படி சென்னை மூவ் ஆக முடியும்? So you don't take the primary meaning. Madras vandachuன்னு சொன்னாலும் கூட primary meaning you don't take. Intelligently you take what? Train has reached Madras and artham புரிஞ்சுக்கோன்னா. இப்போ மദ്രാஸ் வந்தாச்சுன்னு யாருன்னு கேட்டால் மദ്രാஸ் எப்படி வரும்னு கேட்டேன். அசடு அது புரியாத அவனுக்கு. மദ്രാஸ் வராது எனக்கு தெரியும். ட்ரெயின் மெட்ராஸுக்கு வந்தாச்சுன்னு அர்த்தம். அது மெட்ராஸ் வந்தாச்சுன்னு நான் சொல்லுவேன். அவ்வளோதான். அது விஷயம். இந்த விஷயம் புரிஞ்சா பிரம்மன் புரியும். இந்த விஷயம் புரியலன்னா இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் புரிஞ்ச இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் அப்ளை பண்ணிக்கணும். We have to Darshtantanam. Now come to the secondary meaning. Lakshyartha, there are the three parts in Lakshyartha. Secondary meaning lo there are three parts. One is Jahati Lakshana. Very important to receive the Brahma Jnana. Okay. Very எக்ஸாமில் சொல்லுவா டீச்சர், இட்ஸ் வெரி 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 இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்னா ரெட் இங்கில் வி ஐஎம் பேர் போட்டுவோம். அது மாதிரி போட்டுக்கோங்க. ஜஹதி லக்ஷணா நம்பர் 1. నెంబర్ 2 అజహతి లక్షణ. లక్ష్యార్థంలోనే లక్షణ వృత్తి, దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ లక్షణ వృత్తి ఆర్ లక్ష్యార్థ. జహతి లక్షణ లక్ష్యార్థ, అజహతి లక్షణ లక్ష్యార్థ అండ్ జహతి అజహతి మిక్స్చర్. జహతి అజహతి జహదజహల్ లక్షణ, జహతి ప్లస్ అజహతి. ఎప్పుడు ஜஹத் அஜஹல் லக்ஷண, ஜஹல் லக்ஷண அஜஹல் லக்ஷண மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி படிங்க. ஜஹத் அஜஹல் லக்ஷண. இது வரதே கஷ்டம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிரம்மனாவது புரியும், இது மாத்திரம் வாயில் நுழையாது, கஷ்டம். ஜஹல் லக்ஷண அஜஹல் லக்ஷண ஜஹத் அஜஹல் லக்ஷண. இஃப் யூ ஃபீல் டிஃபிகல்ட் டு ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் திஸ் simple name, Bhagalakshana. Bhagalakshana. Second way you can, in short, you can call it as Jahada Jahal Lakshana as Bhagalakshana. Or you can call it as Bhagatyaga Lakshana. Jahada Jahal Lakshana alone is called Bhagalakshana, Bhagatyaga Lakshana. You can call it. Now let us see one example. What we have seen already, just we will revise it. என்ன சம்மரில் எல்லாம் ஆவிராகி போயிடுச்சோ என்னமோ தெரியல. சம்மரில் எல்லாம் எவாபரேட் ஆகிடுதுன்னு என்ன பண்ணுறது? முக்கியமான போர்ஷனில் சம்மர் ஹாலிடேஸ் ஹேஸ் கம். வாட் டு டூ? சக்கே. ஜஹல் லக்ஷணா மீன்ஸ், ஜஹதி மீன்ஸ் giving up. In a sentence, when that word doesn't suit, you go to secondary meaning. While you are going to secondary meaning, you give up the primary meaning totally. Where you give up the primary meaning totally and going to secondary meaning, that is Jahal Lakshana. What is Jahal Lakshana? When primary meaning is not fitting, I go to secondary meaning. When I go to secondary meaning, I totally give up the primary meaning. Jahati. Ha means to give up. Jahati means to give up. That's why Jahati Rakshana. What is the example? 2 examples I gave. Gangayam Ghoshaha. There is a house on Ganga. There is a house on Ganga. Can there be a house on Ganga river? Is it possible? Primary meaning is not fitting. So what I do? There is a house on Ganga means on the banks of Ganga there is a house. Understood? On the banks of Ganga river there is a house. Now I give up the whole on Ganga river, that I give up whole thing and I take up the house. I give up that Ganga river and take the house. This is called Jahati Lakshana. What is the second example I gave? There is a concert in Music Academy by Lalgudi, Shammangudi and Karekudi. There is a music concert by 3 of them. So one is violinist, Lalgudi is violinist, Shammangudi, or ille paava, Chammangudi, Vaidyanath Bhagavatar you can take. Yaro orthar. Okay? One person is playing, singing, another person, Mani, is playing the mridangam. So the Lalgudi is a place, Shammangudi is a place, and Karekudi is a place. Places cannot come and play, sing, violin, mridangam and all. You give up the whole, the words totally, you take what? Other person. Lalgudi, Jayaraman only you take, Lalgudi you give up. Money only you take, you give up. Karekudi money and money you take up, Karekudi you give up. Vaidyanatha Bhagavatar you take up and you give Chambayana, or you can give Shammangudi, that you can give a person you take. This is called Jahati Lakshana. For Jahati Lakshana, this is. Ajahati Lakshana, ki what example we saw? When you order a server in the hotel, why server hotel early morning? When you order, Amma idli kundva, enakku idli venum ani sonna enna pannuva amma? Only idli she brings. Primary meaning is not fitting there. Idli bring means what? She has to bring idli plus sambar, chutney. How she brings sambar and chutney along with idli? Suppose she brings chutney and sambar, not idli anna. What is the use? So she has to bring idli along with chutney, sambar, without leaving without leaving idli. So that is called ajahati. Not giving up. Not giving up the primary meaning idli, bring idli, and the primary meaning. Adi vidamale, adi kondu vande chutney, sambar kuda kondu varadu. Secondary meaning. Secondary meaning lo primary meaning vidamale kondu varadadu ajahati lakshana. Secondary meaning lo primary meaning vittitu kondu vanda adi jahati lakshana. Moodavadu enna jahad ajahati lakshana. Ange nikrom nama. Jahad ajahati lakshana la nikram. Bhaga lakshana. For that what example? Soyam devadattaha. This word I have introduced and Purnamadha chollitan last time. Saha ayam devadattaha. Devadatta is a person. One person is introducing. Brahmadatta introducing Devadatta to Somadatta. Mood dattas are there here. Somadatta, Devadatta, Brahmadatta. Somadatta is standing. Brahmadatta also standing. And Brahmadatta introducing Devadatta to Somadatta. Okay? Brahmadatta introducing Devadatta to Somadatta. இதெல்லாம் சந்தமாமால வரும் இந்த கதை இல்லை. இந்த பேர் இல்லை சந்தமாமால வரும். இந்த கதை வராது. இந்த பேர் இல்லை சந்தமாமால வரும். If you are a Sandamama reader, you can enjoy these names. Okay. Brahmadatta introducing Devadatta to Somadatta. What Brahmadatta is saying? Soyam Devadattaha. He is introducing. Saha, the Somadatta, Devadatta, Brahmadatta were school friends. 50 years back. 70 years back. School friends. Now they are all in 75. Okay. All are in 75, 80 age. Suddenly one day Devadatta came to meet Brahmadatta, and Brahmadatta took Devadatta to Somadatta's house. Do you remember our friend, 5th class friend, 2nd class, 5th class school friends, elementary school friends? Do you remember that Devadatta? Saha Devadatta. எங்கே கும்பகோணம்ல படிச்சிருக்கோம் நம்ம. இப்போ எங்கே இருக்கோம்னா இப்போ சென்னையில் இருக்கோம் எல்லாமே. ஆஃப்டர் லாங் டைம் we are meeting. That Devadatta when we have studied in the elementary school, young age, that Saha Devadatta, I am Devadatta, this Devadatta. That Devadatta is this Devadatta. Why that Devadatta, when you saw 70 years back, now you cannot recognize him. That time he was having curling hair, fair complexion. He was very, very thin and very active and very with nice smiling. If that Devadatta was so fast actively, now this Devadatta with stick in the hand, no hair on the head. Okay, Ade Devadatta da. But how this Devadatta looking at the age of 75, Pallu, not original. Pallu ille. No hair on the head. There is a stick in his hand. And he is bending also because of old age. How this Somadatta can remember that Devadatta? But somehow this Brahmadatta remember him because of, we have studied the same school, your house is next to my house. After telling all this, he recognized, oh, you are that Devadatta? You are that Devadatta? Ama, naneda. Ippudu aita. Murungakkayalla Pushanikkai madiri aita. Ippo tappa ippa ella undi. Body is so, skin is so wrinkles, with full of wrinkles. Periya soda buddi kannadi pottittu ippo ella adayana ippadi irukku. But person is same. External characteristics are changed. Saha ayam Devadatta. This is called Jahad Ajahal Lakshana. What he has to give up, what he has to take up. In Jahad Ajahal Lakshana, you give up certain futures, you take up certain futures. Certain characteristics you give up, certain characteristics you take up. Now in Soyam Devadatta, what you have to give up, what you have to take up. If you take up that early age curling hair, curling hair kadiyadu, you have to give up curling hair. You have to forget about it. And that time he was very, very healthy, hale and healthy, very active. Now he is not active. He is very old. Now he is bending. So all those futures are not fitting now. Young age elementary school Devadatta futures are not there. If you take those futures, you cannot identify this Devadatta. So you have to give up those futures. Now this person only you have to take. Futures are not same, but you jahati, those futures you give up, but you take the person ajahati. Person is important, not futures. Person is important, not futures. Same person. Futures are temporary, incidental. They are not important here. The person is important. Therefore, person Devadatta ajahati. And the attributes ellame jahati. Mentally you discard those attributes. Even though in the Devadatta palas lakshanam ellamele illattalum kuda adella vichiti, I don't leave the what? Person. Oh, எப்படி இருக்கேள் అని கேட்போம். எப்படி இருக்கேள் என்ன? அந்த person தான் இந்த person. How are you? Will ask. Then Somadatta is happy. I am very happy to meet you after long time. That say Devadatta is this Devadatta. We have given up that changing attributes and unchanging Devadatta continue. 5th year Devadatta alone is 75th year Devadatta also. So ajahati person, jahati attributes, jahati ajahati. இந்த ரெண்டு பண்ணணும். அதுக்காக சோயம் தேவதத்தா. இந்த அஜஹத்தில இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுத்தேன். That I didn't remind you. That is second one. You go ajahatila. One more example I gave. Ajahatila sono dhavati. Red runs. Red horse runs. Red color cannot run. You give up the color, you take up the horse. Red, the color runs. Red runs means what? The red one is running fast. But sono means red. Dhavati means running. Red color runs. Anywhere red color runs. You understand, red color horse runs. The horse which is in red color runs. So what do you take? Horse also you take, red color also you take. That is for ajahati. Another example I gave, jahad ajahal lakshana. மூடாவதுக்கு இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுத்த, மேங்கோ அண்ட் பல்ப், ஆல்ஃபன்ஸ். ஓகே, alphons, or any mango fruit. Generally what we do? Generally what? We take the pulp, we give up the skin. Skin give up, jahati. You eat the pulp, juice. Jahati, ajahati. I ate mango. I ate mango means what? I ate mango juice. I gave up skin. This is jahati, ajahati lakshana. Bhagatyaga lakshana. Sorry. So give up the mic disturbance. Okay, take up my words. Okay? You put the jahati, ajahati lakshana. Because if you concentrate on the mic sound and all, you will miss my talk. But you have to jahati and ajahati. You have to take my words. Now, where is he? Brahman illa. Okay, wait. Okay. I asked him to wait here, no? You didn't tell? Okay. Now you have to apply this to Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Podum, idli, sambar, mango juice, ella podum. Now you have to come to Brahman. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Brahman is Satyam. Brahman is Jnana Swarupam. Brahman is Ananta Swarupam. Satyam, Brahman is equal to Satyam. Brahman is equal to Jnanam. Brahman is equal to Anantam. That means Satyam is equal to Jnanam, Jnanam is equal to Anantam, Anantam is equal to Brahman. Therefore what? Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman all are synonyms. Synonyms. Now let us look into the first word, Satyam. What is the primary meaning of Satyam? First we have to take Mukhyartha. Mukhyartha means truth. Satyam is the truth. We have to take the relative meaning. Here Satya means not that meaning we are taking. That is not the meaning. Satya means truth. That is not the meaning we are taking here. Satya means existence. Irupudal. Irupudal. Irukku. Sat. Irukku. Now look at the object. Clip. Clip is. Clip is. That easiness is called Sat. Satyam. Irupudal. Clip irukku. Flower irukku. There is flower. There is a clip. There is a clock. There is a mic. There is fan. There is light. There is hall. There is chair. There woman. There is a man. Irukku, irukku, irukkuன்னு சொல்றோம். Whenever I get the knowledge of any object or any person, three constituents are involved. Any time I get the knowledge of any object or any person, there are three constituents are involved. What are those three constituents? First thing, you take this for example, flower. There is a flower. Flower is a name. Name is Nama is involved. Nama means not this Nama. Okay. Nama means name. Name is there, flower, name. Form is there. Rupam. Nama, Rupa. Rupa is involved. And irukku. Sat is involved. Mood is irukku. Three constituents are there whenever I see an object. Whenever I see a person. Man is. Man has got a name, so and so person. Subramanyam is there. Subramanyam is a name. Subramanyam has got a form. And isness. So, mood irukku. Ippo in the mood law, which one is real? Jahati Lakshana edukadama, Ajahati Lakshanama, Jahad Ajahal Lakshanama. We have to see. Suppose Satyam is Brahman. This flower is, I said. Appo flower Brahman aidum. Illiyo? Flower is Brahman. Because you said isness is Brahman, existence is Brahman. Satya means existence. Since flower is existent one, therefore flower is Brahman. Clock is Brahman. Pot is Brahman. So ellame Brahman aganame enna. But flower is not Anantam. Clock is not Anantam. What Upanishad said? Satyam. Correct. But Anantam also Brahman. But unnude flower Anantama. Is this flower is Anantam? Is this clock is Anantam? Anantam means infinite. Infinite means what? Is it limitless? Is this clip is limitless? But Upanishad said Brahman is Satyam as well as Anantam also. That Anantam feature of Brahman also should be there, but it is not there. Where there is flower, there is no clip. Once I say this is flower, this is not clip. Once I say this is clip, this is not clock. Once I say this is clock, this is not flower. Once I say this is clip, this is not clock, this is not flower. That means it has got limitation. It has got limitation. Clip limiting itself from the flower. Exclusion. It is excluding itself from the flower. Clip is telling, I am not the flower. Up limited dane. That means where there is a flower, there is no clip. Where there is clip, there is no flower. Both are limiting each other. So they cannot be limitless. They both have limitation. Therefore, even though both are Satyam, since they have limitation, they are not Anantam. They are not Anantam. But then what to do? What for this example? You have to come to the next step. What is the next step? Name, form, Jahati. Give up. Name, form, Satyam. I said. If this Satyam to be infinite, Anantam, in the mood constituents lo, rendu vandu you have to give up. One edutita, it will fit into Anantam. It will fit into Anantam. How? Now just write flower, name, form, name plus form plus Satyam. Pot name, pot form, Satyam. Isness. Flower name, flower form, isness, Satyam. Clock name, clock form, clock is Satyam. That isness is Satyam. If you take this name and form, it cannot be Anantam. If you take any name and form, it cannot be Anantam. You just give up. Jahati means what? Jahati means you give up that name and form. If you remove two constituents, what is remaining? Satyam. Nama, Rupa, intellectually, just take out. Nama and Rupa strike off. In the pot, in the flower, in the clock, in every object. Man, woman, ella name, form, strike off. Moodavathu constituent enna? Easiness. Easiness is there in all objects. So easiness is there, that Satya Vastu, Satyam, existence, is there in all of them. So, flower easiness, clip easiness, clock easiness, fan easiness, man easiness is limitless. Name form irundada limitation. Name form you take out, you take only ajahati part, that is a limitless one, Satyam. Then it suits with what? Anantam. Then it is Anantam, limitless Anantam. And the mood constituents lo Nama Rupa Jahati Satyam. Jahati wa Ajahatiya? Ajahati. Ajahati means what? Not giving up. So Nama Rupa giving up, Satyam taking without leaving. Appadinu solli Nama Rupam you need not throw. You take up also and you give up the reality to that, but you take the Satyatvam. For Satyatvam in three of them is same or not? Satyatvam, flower is, clock is, clip is. Ivada pidikka mudiyaradu. Inga vere pidikka mudiyala. Okay. Easiness, there is any limitation? Flower easiness lo difference kadiyadu. Clock easiness lo difference kadiyadu. Clip easiness lo difference kadiyadu. That easiness is not limiting each other. Flower name form limiting clock name form limiting the clip. But easiness is not? It's not limiting itself. Therefore it is not exclusive but inclusive. So Jahat, Ajahal, Lakshana, Satyam if you take, it is fit into Anantam. Therefore, now what is Brahman? Brahman is easiness of every object is Brahman. Easiness of every object, every person in the world is called Brahman. Iruppudalle Brahman. Brahman engi irukappa anna enna sollanum? Brahman enge illappa nu kekkanum. Illaya? இப்ப நீங்க உட்கார்ந்த சேர்ல பிரம்மன் இருக்கா இல்லையா? இருக்கு. செயிரா இல்ல. செயிர் நேம் ஃபார்ம் you have to take out. Easiness is Brahman. Now in this desk is. What do you take out? Desk name, form, intellectually you keep aside easiness. That easiness is Brahman. Mic is, easiness is Brahman. Existence, capital E you have to write, that existence is Brahman. Satyam means what? Existence. Iruppudal. And the Iruppudal da Brahman. So the Satyam Brahma is Anantam when you take out the Nama Rupa intellectually aside. Nama Rupam irundalum kuda அதுல இருக்கிற சத்தியத்துவம் இருக்கு இல்லையோ, சத்தியம் ஈஸினஸ், அதுதான் பிரம்மன். புரியுறத நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகே. ஸோ ஒன் இஸ் ஓவர் நவ். சத்தியம் அனந்தம். வாட் இஸ் சத்தியம் பிரம்ம? வேர்ல்ட் ஈஸ் and the easiness is Brahman. World means what? All Nama Rupa. All Nama Rupas are there. Every object is easiness, easiness, easiness. Easiness is Brahman. Now what about Jnanam? Again the same method you have to apply. Jnanam also. Now this easiness is over. In Drugdrishya Viveka, first shloka, Rupam drishyam lochanam drik tadrishyam driktu manasam. Adi ஒரு shloka. Then Nama Rupam Jagat, that shloka tells Asti Bhati Priyam Rupam Nama Chet Ansya Panchakam Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagad Rupam Tatodvayam Mani Shlokam. So the Nama Rupa just keep aside, and the Satyam Annadi you have to understand. Adida Atma Tattvam, Adida Brahma Tattvam. Now are you aware? Are you far away from Brahman or near? Now when you say yourself, I am, Nan Iriken. அது கூட பார்க்கலாமே. நான் இருக்கேன் என்ன அர்த்தம்? நான் இருக்கேன். இப்போ நான் இந்த நாம ரூபம் you keep aside. இருக்கேன் ಅನ್ನೋದ சத்தியம், அதுதான் பிரம்மஸ்வரூபம். Okay, now come to ஞானம். What do you mean by ஞானம்? How to apply this ஞானம்? Since Brahman is not only Satyam, Jnanam also, Jnanam is equal to knowledge. What do you understand by the knowledge? All the time we understand knowledge as knowledge of one object or other. Clip, this is clip. I know this is clip. Clip, knowledge. அந்த ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் திருப்பணும், ரீசவுண்ட் வருது, அதுதான் விஷயம். எப்படி மியூசிக் இப்படி வைக்கிறது? கொஞ்சம் அப்படி. ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே. ஐ நோ த கிளிப். கிளிப் நாலேஜ். ஐ நோ த ஃப்ளவர். ஃப்ளவர் knowledge. I know the clock. Clock knowledge. I know the pot. Pot knowledge. This is called jnanam. அதே அப்ளை பண்ணுங்க, சேம் பிரின்சிபல். Pot plus form plus knowledge. Flower plus form plus knowledge. Clock plus form plus knowledge. To get knowledge it requires what? Form and name. Without form and name I cannot get the knowledge. Then clip form, clip name and clip knowledge. Mood irukilliyo, mood constituents. You apply to every object in the world. Whatever object knowledge you are getting, apply this. In the mood irukkanum. ஒரு பொருள் எனக்கு தெரியுது அன்ன அதுக்கு உள்ள மூட் இருக்கணும், ஞானம் இருக்கணும், அந்த பொருளுக்கு ஒரு ஃபார்ம் இருக்கணும், அந்த பொருளுக்கு ஒரு நேம் இருக்கணும். புரியுறத? இப்போ இந்த நேம் ஃபார்ம் ஞானம்ல, இப்போ ஐ நோ திஸ் கிளாக், நாலேஜ் இஸ் தேர். வாட் கிளாக் நாலேஜ். அப்போ கிளாக் பிரம்மன் ஆயிடுமா? அதே ப்ராப்ளம் ப்ரீவியஸ் மாதிரி. இப்போ clock is Brahman because I know clock knowledge is there. Since Jnanam is Brahman, clock knowledge is there. Therefore clock is Brahman சொல்ல முடியாது. ஏன்னா clock இருக்கிற இடத்துல pot Jnanam is not there. Where there is a clock knowledge, there is no pot knowledge. Where there is computer knowledge, there is no physics knowledge. Where there is physics knowledge, there is no chemistry knowledge. Where there is clip knowledge, there is no mic knowledge. Where there is mic knowledge, excluding each other. Clip knowledge is not flower knowledge. Flower knowledge is not clip knowledge. Clip knowledge is not desk knowledge. Desk knowledge is not fan knowledge. All knowledge, jnanam is not same. So each knowledge excluding the other. That's why whenever doctor is specialist என்ன அர்த்தம்? the more limitation ன்னு அர்த்தம். ஆர்த்தோபெடிக் டாக்டர் போய் கேட்டவன் ஏதாவது கொஞ்சம் ஸ்கின் ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தால் அந்த ஸ்கின் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட்டுக்கு போகணும்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸ்கின் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட்டுக்கு போய் ஏதாவது ஜாயிண்ட் எக்ஸ்பர்ட் அந்த ஆர்த்தோபெடிக் சர்ஜன் கிட்ட போகணும். ஏதாவது நர்வஸில் ப்ராப்ளம் தான் அந்த நர்வஸ் ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு அங்கே போகணும். ஏதாவது கிட்னியில் ப்ராப்ளம் தான் யூராலஜிஸ்ட்டு கிட்ட போகணும். நர்வஸ் ப்ராப்ளம் திஸ் டைப் ஆஃப் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் நியூரோ சர்ஜன் கிட்ட போகணும். That's not, the more specification, the more limitation. The more specialization, specification, more limitation. So Jnanam, if you take it as Brahman, as a knowledge, it is not infinite. It is not Anantam. So what to do? You have to strike off name, form, you take knowledge. Clip, name, form, knowledge. Pot, name, form, knowledge. Flower, name, form, knowledge. You remove these names, what is consistently coming, flowing? Knowledge. Adida. Jahati, what? Name, form. Ajahati, what? Knowledge. இப்போ ஜஹதி அஜஹதி மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி பாகத்யாக லக்ஷணம் எடுத்தா இந்த ஞானம் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு அனந்தம், லிமிட்லெஸ். ஞானம் பை இட் செல்ஃப் இஸ் லிமிட்லெஸ். இஃப் யூ டேக் எனி ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் ஞானம் இட் இஸ் லிமிட்டெட். அதனால் ஆல் ஞானம்ஸ், நாலேஜ், காக்னிஷன் is Jnanam. Jnanam is Anantam without name and form. That Anantam Jnanam is Brahman. Therefore, Satyam Brahma, Jnanam Brahma. Brahman happens to be Anantam. This is the secondary meaning we went. Brahman means Jnanam. Brahman means Jnanam and I have Jnanam of Idli Sambar also. But Idli Sambar Brahman ஆக முடியாது. அதனால Idli Sambar you give up. Okay. But you take up the Jnanam. Jahad Ajahal Lakshana. அப்போ Jnanam fit into Anantam also. This Jnanam, by giving up Nama Rupa, can allow the Anantatvam. Anantatvam allow பண்ணாதா பிரம்மன் ஆக முடியும். அதனால அந்த ஞானம், எந்த ஞானத்திலோ இந்த நாம ரூபா எடுத்துட்டோம்னா ஞானம் மிச்சமா இருக்குமோ அந்த ஞானம் தான் பிரம்மன். அனந்தம் பிரம்மா. This is the knowledge. So now சத்தியம் ஓவர், ஞானம் ஓவர். இன்னொன்று இருக்கு அனந்தம், லிமிட்லெஸ். And that Anantam, how to understand? Anantam Brahma. See this Satyam, Sat, what I said. Satyam, the Sat Visa, அது வந்து existence, I said in English. Existence, இருப்புதல். இந்த நாலெட்ஜுக்கு வந்து சைத்தன்யம் அனு பேர். கான்ஷியஸ்னஸ். I am conscious of. I am conscious of everything. When I say I know means what? I am aware of. I am aware of flower, I am aware of man, I am aware of car. அந்த மேல மாத்திரம் திருப்புங்க கொஞ்சம். Okay. I am aware of everything, every object. That awareness is called Jnanam. That is called consciousness. I am conscious of. Who is conscious of? I am conscious of. That consciousness is called Chit, Chaitanyam. Sat, Chit. Satyam, Chit means Jnanam, Chaitanyam. Sat means Satyam, Chit means Chaitanyam, consciousness, existence, consciousness. So varieties of cognitions appear and disappear. Varieties of cognition. Clock cognition, flower cognition, clip cognition. Clock cognition comes and disappear. Clip cognition comes and disappear. Flower cognitions comes and disappear. But what continues? Clock cognition comes and disappears, and clock disappears. Clip cognition comes and disappears, clip disappears. Flower cognition comes and disappears, flower disappears. cognition continues, awareness continues. I am aware of nothing, adi kuda continues. That continues. Whatever is continuously there, that is Satyam, that is Jnanam, that is Anantam also. Jnanam is equal to Nama Rupa Sahita Chaitanyam. Nama Rupa Sahita Chaitanyam. Satyam is equal to Nama Rupa Sahita Sat. Satta, existence. Nama Rupa Sahita Satta. Nama Rupa Sahita Jnanam. Clock is, I know the clock. Clock is, I know the clock. Clock irukku, enakku clock theriyum. Flower irukku, flower irukkan enakku theriyum. Varieties of objects are changing, but irupudal and cognition are continuously changing the objects without changing the awareness. Satyam, Jnana. So therefore pure existence, now you can tell me, pure existence is that Nama Rupa Rahita Satya. Pure consciousness is Nama Rupa Rahita. Rahita means without. Rahita Chaitanyam. Nama Rupa Rahita Chaitanyam is pure consciousness. Nama Rupa Sahita Chaitanyam is attributed consciousness. Attributed consciousness. Similarly, Nama Rupa Sahita Satta is attributed Satta. Pure, no? Pure existence and flower form name irukadu. Appo adena pure Satta, pure existence. So pure existence you cannot experience, pure consciousness you cannot experience. To experience you require some objects. So through the whole world, Nama Rupa objects and people, what am I experiencing now? Tell me. Through all objects, I am experiencing existence, consciousness, Brahman. That Brahman who is existent, who is consciousness nature, I am experiencing. This is the pure and impure. Impure ane sollala. Nama Rupa vandale limitation vandadum illaya. So therefore, this is the Brahman nature. Now second question, how to know this blessed Brahman? Satyam puriyadu Swamini. Jnanamu puriyadu. Jahal Lakshana purinjachi. Ajahal Lakshana also understood. Jahad Ajahal Lakshana also understood. By the time is also over. What to do? Where to find out this Brahman? Nihitam Guhayam. That we'll see in the next class. Anandam, Anantam. Also we have to do in the same manner. We have to understand. Then comes to Anubhavananda, Vishayananda, Brahmananda. Ananda is nothing but Anantam. Anantam is only Ananda. Appa Brahmananda valli complete ayidum. Okay. That we have to see in the next class. Koncham tough irukkum portion, but worth to study. It is important to study. We have to own up. That's why one shloka says, Sada sarva gate api atma na sarvatra avabhasate. Atma in the form of existence, consciousness, everywhere. Na sarvatra avabhasate. Buddha veva avabhaseta. In your buddhi only it is evident. So swacheshu pratibimbavat. Adi next class lo paapam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi